Hello my beautiful people, welcome to your weekly general taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, this reading is for everybody. This is the general energy, trends and themes that we are going to be experiencing over the week ahead. And this is, sometimes global stuff comes in, sometimes it's more about us on a personal, or sometimes even on a deeper inner spiritual level. So with that said, if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. I can't hold all of my decks at the moment because I'm using a lot of them today. So before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help us all on our path to our highest vibrational good. So this week the intuitive message that I got was nurture the seeds that you've planted and watch them grow. So when I went into my intuition, how I do the intuitive message each week is, before I start all of my sessions, I actually set my intention and I go into my space. And this week, when I went into my intuition, what I saw was, I'm sure you've all heard the story when you were little about how or where babies come from. What I actually saw was an origami crane, though it wasn't actually a stork, it was an origami crane. Was flying, and in its beak it had this little baby, and then when it landed very gently, put the baby on the floor, and there was somebody there to collect it, and it's like all of a sudden the baby grew into like a giant, like literally, then put their hand out for the people that had nurtured it to and lifted them up in literally into the sky or into the clouds. And the message that I've taken away from that is literally this week, whatever the seeds are that you've planted, whatever the things are, the gifts, the skills, the insights that have been entrusted to you, this week you need to nurture them because you are going to see them grow exponentially. We are very fast coming into the time of what I believe is going to be reward time. 2020 was the great leveler, right? Lots of people are talking about a grand reset and stuff, and I can kind of see why. But I actually feel like what we're coming into now, this is where we're going to see the rewards. This is where we're going to see the results. Whatever you've put into motion, whatever you've been nourishing, nurturing, whatever you are plucking, preening and pruning at this moment in time is going to grow exponentially. So the results of whatever our actions have been, this is where we're going to see them start to come into fruition. So pay attention. All right, so for our destiny card for the week, what is the overarching energy, message or theme? And this week the energy says the star card, hope, optimism and joy. This is a sense of connectivity, more than ever, and I think we can all agree that we're ready for more of that, right? We're more of the social aspect of things to start coming back in. This is a week that is going to be filled with hope. It's also a week where we're going to get a glimpse, right? Just a glimpse. Remember, the star card it's the herald of things to come, but whatever is contained within the seed of the star card, it kind of says to you, right, this is a microcosmic view of what's going to unfold on the macro. All right, so this is beautiful. The fact that we have the star card, this is warm and deep, it's connective, it is hopeful and joyous. Very often the star card represents hope. What does it follow? The star card follows the tower, and I think we can all agree we've had enough of the fucking tower. We've had enough of that experience to last a lifetime. And here on the other side of it, certainly for this week, we get that optimism and that hope and that joy for what is going to be a much brighter future, which is absolutely beautiful. Do not waste this week, all right? Use it to your fullest, highest potential. So let's have a look at the direction cards. What do we need to know? How do we utilize that star card to our best? And we have the Hanged Man. This is interesting because obviously this is the week that I'm filming this. At the moment I'm filming this, we've still got a few days to go before that really beautiful Pisces new moon. Then we have the King of Pentacles, lovely. And then we have the Justice card, right? So I talked about the just desserts or the results of our actions and whatnot. So the Hanged Man coming up, that's literally Neptunian energy, right? So how do we best utilize the energy of the star card with the with the Hanged Man? Well, through spirituality and connectivity. This is taking a moment. Remember, the Hangman is a very spiritual card outside of everything else. It also tells me that this week, one of the best ways for us to move through the week is with ease, with slow, steady patience, and more importantly, with your eyes and your heart wide open. This is a week to be really open to the way that things seem to be shaping up naturally. Now, this coupled with the star card, for those of you that are into TV, radio, film, art, digital art, creativity, with any of those things, this is beautiful. This is a really powerful week for you to get into that kind of thing, which is lovely. Now, couple that with the King of Pentacles. This is where it becomes tangible and real. This isn't just about envisioning something, it's about taking the practical steps and moving towards it. For some of you, this could be reaching out to or connecting with a spiritual guru of some sort, taking up some sort of new spiritual practice. This could also be that you are embarking on some, and I know some of you are because you're starting my course. So this could be you literally embarking on a journey of some sort where you are fusing spirituality with practicality. And that's, you guys know me, that's a whole lot of me. Now, the other thing with the King of Pentacles as well, this could be about money and finances. And I've said this for a while, right? Because this comes up with the star card. If you're looking into crypto, this would be a good week to do the research, maybe not necessarily to move on with something, right? So this would be a great week for you to find out what you want to invest in, what you want to put your money into, but not necessarily to take the action steps just yet. All right. And then finally, we have the Justice card, right? Wrong one. Finally, we have the Justice card. And this, for me, I mean, yes, this is contracts and commitments. This is where you sign on the dotted line. Now, again, this is a great week to do the research. It's a great week to find information. It's a great week to use your intuition to find certain opportunities or enhance those opportunities. It's not the right moment to commit to it. So look at this, right? If this were a contract and a commitment with the King of Pentacles, something of a financial or material or practical nature, the Hanged Man, very often a card of wait and see. It's not quite the right moment to do it yet. So if you have a big financial commitment or contract on the horizon, this is a great week to read the fine print. It's a great week to get clear on things, but not necessarily to put your name on that dotted line. Now, on another level, the King of Pentacles can, not always, but can represent a earth sign person. So this would be a Taurus, Capricorn, or a Virgo. Usually, because it's a king, it's a guy. But it doesn't have to be. I've seen the King of Pentacles represent Taurian women quite a lot, you know, just mostly because they're bosses when it comes to money, you know, just as easily as I have seen the Queen of Cups represent a very effeminate or emotionally sensitive and mature male. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, but just as a ballpark, remember this is a general reading, it's for everybody. So let's have a look. That's how you're going to best utilize this star card energy. Now, the star card, because it is Aquarius ruled, also suggests to us what? That reaching out to people, finding and connecting with your people, finding and connecting to the people that you know resonate on your level or your frequency. This is where you're going to really be able to come into connections that mean something. This is a really great week to do that. Put the feelers out, talk to your people. Even if there are people that are newly in your orbit, and this is the case for me as well, I'm meeting so many amazing people at the moment, which is wonderful. Reach out, connect with them, because they're, you know, I always believe that people come into our lives for a reason. And when you make those connections, there's a reason that you come together. There's something that they have to teach you. There's something that you have to teach them. Sometimes it's brief, sometimes it's for a long time to come. Quick note about that, by the way, as well. Pay attention to who shows up for you this week. And the reason I say this, the star card in terms of its time sequences usually represents very long periods of time. You'd be talking about 17 to 21 years. So if you are connecting to people, especially if you're making big commitments, this is not something you're going to be getting out of lightly. So whatever you are doing, just make sure you have all the facts and you're doing it the right way. For our insight card, what is coming in that we might need to be aware of? What is coming in that we might want to know? And this week we have the Four of Wands, reasons to celebrate, with the Page of Cups that come from the heart space, that are all about love. And look at this in the Three of Wands. This is going to be a great week for those of you that are business owners or in some sort of commerce, especially if it has something to do with the internet. This is going to be a great week. You're going to see upswings in business, upswings in commerce in general, to be honest with you. I think this is going to be a great week. For some people, this is news of a birth or even a pregnancy, possibly. For others, this is literally going to be either engagements or promises of marriage and commitment, which is really nice. The other way that this shows up as well is finding people that you can collaborate with and forging a new path ahead. Maybe you're creating a new community. Maybe you're joining a new community. Maybe you are putting the feelers out to take whatever it is that you're working on into that international sphere, which is really exciting. I mean, this as well, the Page of Cups delving into the Three of Wands, this is whatever your heart has asked you to do, whatever you've sort of put the seeds and the feelers out and said, you know what, one day I want to do that. Well, one day is here. So what is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to move towards? What is it that you want to create? And more importantly, what are you willing to walk towards no matter what comes up? There's so much happiness and so much joy in these three cards. It's unbelievable. For those of you that are looking to conceive, for those of you that are looking to adopt, for those of you that are looking to, I could go into why, but it's just too long. Yeah, for those of you that are looking to adopt, for those of you that are looking to go into IVF or anything like that, this week bodes very, very well for it. There's just this warm, dreamy, loving, kind of open, advancing kind of energy in the air, and it's just making me really excited, as you can see by the stupid goofball face smile on my face. But it's just so nice to finally be able to give people lighter, easier, warmer messages, you know, like. And this is the thing, I've had a lot of people say to me recently, and a few comments as well, where people are like, oh, you know, as psychics, we're supposed to be uplifting the consciousness. Why are you talking about death? And why are you making all these awful predictions? And it's like, listen, if you can't read tarot and call the challenges when you see them, you can't read tarot as far as I'm concerned. The book of tarot is literally the book of life. It has light messages and it has dark messages or challenging messages. It's got blessings and burdens, right? Blessings and lessons. That's actually what I call them, the blessings and the lessons. Because when you say light and dark and good and bad, it freaks people out, and there's too many negative connotations around it. So in the tarot, in the whole book of the tarot, you have blessings and you have lessons, right? And as such, if you can't call those messages when you see them, what are you doing? You know, there's no point in sugarcoating it. When it's great, say that it's great. When it's challenging, say that it's challenging. Nobody gets anything out of constantly saying, oh, well, you know, I'm just going to ignore that and I'm sure it will be fine. Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry, little rant there, soapbox moment. Now, because most people are going to see this the week before I'm reading for, and I'm aware that I didn't do it last week, we have that gorgeous new moon on the 14th of March. The 14th? I think it's actually going to be the 13th. It's the 10th as I'm recording this. So we've got that gorgeous new moon coming up, and I want to pull a human design oracle card made by my friend Denise Matthew. Please check her out. And obviously she sent me these as a gift for my birthday. I was so happy when I got them. Well, I'm not even gonna lie, I did cry because they were just so beautiful and so timely as well. They literally just arrived at the perfect moment. So our new moon message, wow, I have like literal goosebumps right now. What? Look at that. Revolution. Right, revolution, the phoenix rising from the... What a beautiful card, right? So we've had all of this. I talked about 2020 being the great leveler. Lots of people talk about it being a reset and stuff. Yeah, I can see why, but I'm not sure I buy into that idea. But it did level the playing ground and the playing field in many, many ways. And look at this, right? This whole week is optimistic and joyous. It's looking ahead to the future. It's warm and vibrant and loving, and it's advancing. And then you've got this, the revolution, right? This is the gate 49 in human design. And I'm going to read this intuitively. I don't know them all yet. And what I get from this, the fact that it's literally got the phoenix rising from the ashes, this is about coming from within that space, never forgetting the lessons, never forgetting the energy that has brought you to this place of being able to burst into glorious flames and do and be and create something new, never forgetting any of it, but rising above it, taking your history, your challenges, your issues, and standing on them as if they are a platform to get to where it is that you choose to be next. Revolution, I will take it, right? This whole year is ruled by this Aquarian energy, and revolution, rebellion, new energy, different, you know, all of that. Very, very, and coupled with the star card, yeah, I'm just loving this. I think this is wonderful. So when this new moon hits, I believe it's on the 13th, maybe the 12th, give or take, wherever you are in the world. Use this energy and do not waste it, right? This is your time to envision, embody, and embrace something new for your future. Don't waste it. With that said, I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how this one shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.